Individuals ask your questions, then I will deal with the written question. Where are the microphones? Please give it to them. Yes, sir. What's your name, sir?
William Umo is my name, sir.
William, you're welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
So the question I have is this. We do hear about red flags, or a lot of us are now aware of the fact that, okay, when this person has this is supposed to be a red flag. Yes. When this person has this is supposed to be a red flag. And today you've mentioned some behaviors or some patterns that can be spotted and worked on. Yeah. Now, the question I want to ask is this. Perhaps you get to meet someone whom you've noticed a red flag.
Yes.
As regards maybe behavior, a pattern, or a particular thing. And you want to, okay, is it proper to want to help that person work on it? And in the process of helping that person work on it, where do you draw the line as to the limit where you cannot go beyond in trying to help the other person work on the red flag that you have spotted or you have noticed? That's the question.
Thank you so very much. A very important question, and I'll just quickly deal with that. What I just want to tell you, sir, is that you never help a person beyond the person's admittance, level of admittance. The first thing first is to make sure the person comes into a state of admittance. Have you noticed this about your life? Have you noticed this about you? And please, everybody note this. Write this down. Everybody write this down. Commendation, commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation, commendation. Write that down. Write that down very quickly. I want to teach you how to get that kind of thing done. Commendation, commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation, commendation. Does that make sense? I'm going to ask all of you to say what I just said right now. Let me see those who got it. What did I say? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Okay, so here's practical example. Give me an example of something you've observed.
Okay, let's take for instance, a lot of persons will say, oh, you mentioned today that if a man is supposed to give,
yeah.
So perhaps a man that does not give, it's already spotted as a red flag on the part of the lady.
Absolutely.
Or let's say attitude on the part of the lady, a man spots that as a red flag. Maybe in terms of
so what's your name, ma'am? Ikomobong. Okay, so Ikomobong is someone you are in relationship with. Is that okay? So you've observed. Give me an idea of something you've observed. Nagging. She doesn't do that. She's a fantastic lady. I tell you. Are you engaged?
I have a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes.
Is he zuzuing around you, or he has?
He's not.
Tell him today. No, don't boyfriend me. Go and tell him today, boys. What's the whole zuzu around? Is that okay? Because God wanted to perform a miracle. Now that guy is blocking the road. Okay, so just on the jovial side. Okay, so you are in relationship with her. Okay, and you've observed nagging. So I want you to practice without even telling you what it is. Commendation, commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation, commendation. I want you to practice it with her. What you actually want to do is to tell her about nagging, but I want to see how you do it applying what I just taught you.
Am I allowed to be very expressive?
To do what, sir?
Am I allowed to be very expressive?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, baby. You know you're actually very pretty.
Take the mic up. I like what you're doing. She's nagging again.
Okay, you know you
give her the microphone too. Yes.
You know you're actually very pretty, very beautiful, and a wonderful lady. And God has a purpose for you. God has a purpose.
Go straight to the point.
Sweetheart, you know if you continue in this way, it's likely to push some persons out of your life. And in as much as God has a purpose for you, the more you chase people out of your life, the more you won't have people coming in.
Can you just go straight? What are you talking about?
Okay, babe, what I am actually trying to say is you should try to work on some things. For instance, the attitude of trying to push people out of your life. And of course, God's purpose in your life is going to be fulfilled gradually as you try to work on these things.
You are saying push people out or push you? Which one? Be specific.
I am someone. So
okay.
I will appreciate it if you can try to work on some of these things, just so we can, we can enjoy this thing we are doing and, of course, get to fulfill God's purpose individually. And
Okay. So you've gone overboard. What can anybody tell me about this approach? What do you think is right or wrong about what he's doing? Anybody want to tell me, what do you observe? Say it again. Give that lady raising the hand. What do you observe about this?
I think the conversation focused more on God, and I mean, let's be realistic. You won't be saying God when you're trying to comment or...
So did he tell her exactly what he observed? So you can see how conversation goes, and then we end up not accomplishing the purpose. Do you understand that? And then we think we have talked, but we've not really communicated. Okay, so let me see, who is a man that wants to give a try? You think you can do it differently? Come, sir. So your assignment, your assignment is actually to, if the beginning actually goes with our rule, allow. But if you notice that meandering, unspecific stuff, help him figure out his focus. All right. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I actually love the way.
Sorry, just like that.
Okay, sorry.
This is a woman you're in relationship with.
Okay,
I'm
babe.
your babe.
This is it. Babe, this is it. I like the way you present your points, but I don't appreciate the pitch to which you present them with.
That's good.
You can drive these points better, and you can even watch to be sure that I'm not stressed to present these points, so I don't act out of pressure. So I think you could choose to use a better pitch to make your presentation next time on this point.
Well, babe, I'm always trying. You're always pushing me too hard. You know?
I am not pushing you hard. It's just that you are not getting my mood right before making your presentation.
Sometimes you don't just come straight.
Okay. Those of you that heard him, did he do a better job?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, guys, we're going to be doing more practical, what you call role plays. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing a lot of role plays for you guys, so that when you get home, you remember more of what we said, what you saw than what I said. Is that okay? So commendation goes like meeting a Komobong. How are you, sweetheart? How are you doing? Fine, and all of that. And then when I start talking with her, how you've had a great day and stuff like that, she has a great day. You know what the most amazing thing about you is just, you see, I just can't get away from your smiles, and you're just simply an amazing lady. See, you're already laughing. I've never started talking. So and please, guys, whenever you want to appreciate something in a lady, make sure you are not flattering. Find something realistic to appreciate. Okay? If you look at the book of Songs of Solomon, you'll find that the book of Songs of Solomon was a realistic appreciation of a beautiful woman, and it was very, very detailed. You hear something like her cheek was like that of a roe, her teeth as white as milk, meaning that this guy gave time to observing. Is that okay? Then when you get married, you go further, because he went further to tell us her thighs, meaning this man spent time to look at the laps of his own wife. Is that okay? For instance, my wife has one of the finest laps on earth. I mean, just so and then he went further to say her breast is like, so meaning, listen, he was not studying her breast in darkness. Now, you don't do that when you are single, all right? But when you get married, these are things you get specific at. So when you're appreciating a woman, women want to know, because women have a lot of insecurities, bodies and all of that, shaming and the rest of that. So imagine if a woman hears from you, sweetheart, I love your breasts the way they are. You may not think that means a lot to you as a man, but it means a lot to a woman, because it's a problem with women. Okay, so you come up on your sweetheart, I just want to say, listen, you see, every time I just look at you, you're just simply amazing, your face, your whatever you want. So once you do that, then next thing is, there's something I just never use the word but when you want to introduce observation. Commendation, and then when you want to move into observation, it doesn't, but there's something I want to tell you. What that has done, it has introduced a negative, and it has cancelled what you have said before. And the minds of people stay more on the negative than on the positives. So what you want to say is that there's some sweetheart, there's something I actually wanted to mention to you. It's just something very small. And I know something, it's not something you do all the time, but it's just that maybe if you're not giving attention to it, it's this nagging, some sweetheart, you dey nago, you dey nag, babe, you dey really nag. It's not just they do me like this. Sometimes it just make person feel like say, so hey, write this down. Talk about a serious thing in an unserious way. You are a serious person, you have a serious look, and then when you talk in a serious way. You kill the life in your relationship. So that babe, this nagging see, yesterday, you remember what you did yesterday? Look, sweetheart, that thing almost drove me crazy. But you know, now listen, this is where, can you see what I did? I introduced but when I talk about negative. I just said, look, you nag, I've observed and babe, but you know, when I talk about positives, I didn't use the word but to introduce negative. But when I talk about negative, I have to use but, meaning that thing doesn't really matter. I'm only just pointing it to you. End up again appreciating, but you know, I'm always grateful to God for the day I met with you. So it's like a sandwich bread. You have the bread, you have all those nice things in between. You have a bread, you have some nice things in between. You have a bread. Commendation, observation, recommendation, commendation. You have no right to criticize somebody you've not complimented. You don't only show up in my life only when you have something to tell me that I've done negatively, and you've never stood up one day when I'm doing something right. You never tell me I'm doing something right. You're a police. Your job is just looking for my errors. People that you don't compliment before you criticize never take your criticism. Does that make sense? All right, does that help, sir? So for the red flags, don't forget this. Like I said, once you notice that behavior in the person, your job is only to make the person identify the behavior, agree with the behavior, and then ask the person, is there any way I can be of help to you? Or do you think we can get somebody that can be of help to you? And whenever the person is going for help, what do? You drive the person there and you sit with the person. When they are talking to the person and it's a little bit emotional, you are there to comfort the person. And then when you come out of the place, you now begin to do what again? Commendation, sweetheart, I really commend you. You're such a strong person. Looking at you over there, the way you sat down through that session, you're just simply an amazing person. Look, on the inside of every one of us, there is a need to make us feel important. Is that true? Okay, so thank you. Is that help? Sir? Okay. No, sorry. Once anyone who does not admit that something that the person is doing is hurting you, anyone that does not admit that, the person will never change. And in marriage, it only gets worse. Is that okay? Please never forget this. You are not created to change anybody. A marriage is not an institution used to correct bad behavior. Marriage is where good or bad behavior gets amplified. Whatever you notice before marriage will get amplified in marriage. You're only fooling yourself to think it will change. When people get legalized, when people get officialized as husbands, they throw cautions. Women throw caution away. Anything you did not get the person to adjust before marriage, it will be difficult to adjust after marriage. So if you don't get the person to admit that the person is doing something wrong, you try using other people to get the person to admit, the person does not admit. Without admittance, there won't be repentance. Without admittance, there won't be repentance. So admittance is the foundation for repentance. And once the person say, okay, look, I observed that too, people have been telling me and I'm ready to make a change, then you step in and say, how can I be of help? There's somebody I know, there's a book I know, can we be praying together? Is that okay? So you get involved in the process when somebody goes into admittance. If somebody goes into resistance, that's somebody you want to back away from, because you are seeing the picture of your future. Yes.
Sorry.